Today we're joined online by Jim Clausing. Welcome, Jim. And this is the first program of the new year. What's your New Year's resolution?
Well, my New Year's resolution is to automate the repetitive stuff, the routine stuff. I try to do this periodically, and I've noticed lately that there are some things I'm doing over and over and over again manually. So one of my New Year's resolutions is I'm going to write myself some scripts here early in the year to automate some of the routine stuff.
Now, I guess the real objective might be to not have to repeat anything, but given the fact that having to repeat things is inevitable, the security problems are going away. Yeah, that's a good plan. It's important to think strategically about the activities we're doing, and try to free up some think time as opposed to doing mundane activities. So, good idea. Welcome, John Hogeboom, and what's your New Year's resolution?
I have two because I need a lot of improvement this year. But the first one is to improve our threat intelligence life cycle and how we process threat intelligence, do it more quickly, get it actually into the systems that need it, and then get that feedback loop of what they detect, and if they detect new command and controls and things that we don't know about, kind of get that whole process working. We've been working on that a long time, but I really want to focus in on that, at least for the first part of this year, and see how quickly I can get that going a little bit better than it is today.
Good.
And then my second one was to just kind of only write long emails when it really requires it. So to try to keep my emails a little bit more terse, unless it really warrants, a full analysis. Sometimes I'll spend a half hour to an hour with a full analysis, and that should go someplace else, like maybe a collaboration portal where we can go back and look at it later instead of it getting lost in an email somewhere. Yeah. So I want to try to be more smart about how I do my email work.
I agree. Good points. The obviously the threat intelligence, and we've talked about this before, that the attackers are getting more dynamic in terms of trying to make threat intelligence less usable. So automation around the threat intelligence is really necessary in order to make it more usable. And I think, their efforts with, DHS to try to get more automated feeds and to try to get it into a position where we can do some of those things. And then we need to do that more generally across our sharing networks. And so a lot of efforts, but you've been doing a lot of work on that type of activity as well. So to make sure that we're making good use of the platform that's been put together for that purpose makes a lot of sense. And your point about emails, one of the best ways to not get attention to your email is to make it too long to comprehend.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the problem. That's why I don't get a lot of responses. It's too long, didn't read.
Okay, well, we have Matt Kaiser here today. Welcome back, Matt. And what's your New Year's resolution?
I also have two. And they're sort of more personal than they are for the bigger scheme of AT&T. But one is to automate my backups. And most people won't think of that as a security resolution, but I think availability is important as well. So if I can't get to my files, I'm up the creek.
I'm just surprised you haven't done that already.
Well, that's the thing. I do it, but then I do it when I think about it. And I don't often think about it. So automating it, I think it'd be a much better.
Automation is being discussed here.
Oh, yeah.
In all of ours. Anyway.
Too darn busy. And the second one is to read one technical book a month, which I started off strong last year. I got to about May, and I found other things to do. But
well, I think I'm going to hold you to that. So as you come on the threat track,
do I have to do a book to read?
We'd like to hear about
a book report now?
Yeah, book report.
We have to do a book report.
Look like one-page double space or single space?
Just tell us about it.
500 words or more or less or whatever it is.
3 bullets. All right, and of course I'm Brian Rexroad, and I've basically resolved to devote more time to an effort, by the way, not just time, but toward our strategic planning. As a person that's responsible for the organization that's doing our threat analysis, I really think it's important that we have basically a documented plan that describes what our strategy is, not for this year necessarily, certainly for this year, but looking into the out years and anticipating what threats we might be seeing in the future, and making sure that we have activities in the direction to prepare for that. So that's my resolution.